A novelist who wrote, quote, "How to Murder Your Husband," has been accused of killing her husband. Yes, yes indeed. I had a couple people send me this article, and one of these people knows this person who was killed. This is kind of crazy, and it's out of Portland, Oregon. A romance novelist accused of killing her husband wrote an online essay about 7 years ago entitled "How to Murder Your Husband." They should have had a camera on her the whole time. And by the way, how do you even comfortably marry and live with a woman who once, if you are a husband, if she once wrote an essay called "How to Murder Your Husband"? That should raise some alarms, I would think. And be like, yeah, we need to break up. I did some online research on you, and I noticed that you several years ago wrote an essay on how to murder me, so I figured this ain't gonna happen. Not on my watch. The signs are there. Nancy Crampton-Brophy is her name, age 68. She was arrested last week, charged with murder and unlawful use of a weapon. Her arrest comes months after her husband was found shot to death inside the Oregon Culinary Institute in Portland, where he was a beloved chef and a beloved instructor of the culinary persuasion. She wrote an essay in 2011. This is where the twist is. The essay was entitled "How to Murder Your Husband." And it was published in the Oregonian, which is and also a blog that was pretty popular. In the essay, she writes, quote, "As a romantic suspense writer, I spend a lot of time thinking about murder and consequently about police procedure. After all, if the murder is supposed to set me free, I certainly don't want to spend any time in jail." Well, bitch, you're spending time in jail, all right? So, obviously, all of your research into how to, on police procedure and how to circumvent police procedure, none of it worked because you're going to jail for killing a person because you're terrible. You're a terrible human being. Crampton-Brophy also lists motives for killing a husband, including financial and cheating and abusing. And all right, well, listen, did her husband do any of those things? Was her husband abusing her? I don't have all the facts, so maybe I should hold off on my judgment. I don't have all the facts. I don't know if he had done something to her that was really terrible. So we need more information, I guess, is what I'm saying. Because if he's been threatening her life, then there's something to, you got to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to protect yourself. But that being said, if you're an author who writes about murder and even wrote an essay about how to murder a husband, you got to take more protection for yourself if you're gonna take care of your husband this way. And maybe avoid murder altogether and just like go to the authorities and say, "Look, I'm concerned with my safety and my life. Can you help me out here?" And don't even delve into the area of murder whatsoever because of your background. She also wrote, "It is easier to wish people dead than to actually kill them. But the thing I know about murder is that every one of us have it in him or her when pushed far enough." Wow. She was arraigned in court. They haven't released details about her role in the husband's death. An ongoing investigation is happening. Yeah, this is pretty sad. But the irony, that's why this article stands out to me, is the weirdness of it. That someone who wrote an essay about murdering the husband, then murdered the husband, you would have thought she'd be better at it. Not the case. Turns out murder is very hard. It's hard. Although she says we all have it in us, also it's hard to get away with. It's hard to get away with. Maybe it's not so hard to do it. I don't know, depending on the circumstances. If someone could push you to the edge of murder, of course. Hard to get away with, though. It just is. The cops are, they're all over social media now. You can't hide. You murder someone, then you post those pictures on Instagram. Bam! Cops find it right away these days. They're on there, man. You used to be able to murder someone, post a pic, and you could go a couple years before anyone would find it. Now the cops are scouring Facebook. They're looking for that shit. So it's definitely hard to get away with murder these days. That's just my opinion. But what am I? I don't write for a crime show. I did play someone who committed a major crime on a television show called Gotham. So I do know a little bit about the interrogation process because I was interrogated very, very severely by the two stars of that show. Yes. Ben and, what's the other guy's name? Donald Logue. Oh, great guys. I had the best day. Those guys were so sweet. I mean, they interrogated the shit out of me, but they were so sweet. Okay, I don't. What's wrong? I'm high. I'm sorry.